What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Mr. Domrox, and I'm back again with another video. This is like the fourth take. I'm running on, well, Pepsi and a bit of Red Bull. I'm a bit tired, but that's just because I haven't slept yet today. But in any case, I had this thought, this kind of epiphany about another video, and it ties in with the series that I did, or I started the other two videos regarding OBS, and well, that's what I'm going to cover today. As you can see on the screen, on the in OBS, I have a scene that says video capture, and then I've got three sources, starting with DX3, then we've got OBS game capture, and we've got AVerMedia LG HD, Live Gamer HD. Now I'm going to cover DX3. I'm going to cover these in all three separate sections. Firstly, I'm going to talk about DX3. As you can see, I've got it running here in this just over here, and essentially, one great thing about DX3 is it has two video capture options, and one of them is direct show output. And I was wondering what this was when I first got it, and I did a bit of research, and then I found out. And I've had DX3 for a long time, but I've only recently really got into streaming. And direct show essentially allows you to, when you are capturing, so if I press my hotkey and I'm running a game, DX3 will start capturing, but it won't be going to write a file anywhere. That's what file output's for. It will be sending this video to OBS. Or if it's enabled to, it can send it to OBS, and this is what this is here. So once you've got your DX3 settings all set up, wherever you want everything, your hotkey, your folders, etc., and you use this one here, video settings. So I'm set to capture at 1920 1080, and I can set that to 60 frames per second if I want to. I'm just leave it at 30. That's just me. So 1920 1080. There's a preset here. Click OK. Minimize. You're pretty much done. You don't need to touch DX3 anymore, as long as it is capturing game audio and that's turned on. And when you go over here, you right click, you add video capture device, and DX3 appears as a video capture device. Actually, you have four options, the other presets, and I've only set up one. As you can see, the resolution is already set, the FPS is already set, the use output format's already set, everything's already set because it got all that information from DX3 itself, and you're ready to rock and roll. You click OK. You've got a ready-made video capture. So you launch your game, you launch your stream, you're streaming, you launch your game, you hit your hotkey, mine's F12, and your game will appear on screen, depending on how you have your overlays and whether you have different scenes set up. But if you're straight into scene 1 with your game playing, you're going straight live and there's no intro kind of thing going on, there you go. You'll have DX3 capturing your gameplay, and you're ready to go off and play your game. Part 2 of this video is going to be a bit shorter than part 1, and even shorter than part 3, because OBS game capture has no extra settings. It's really simple. Essentially, you do the same thing again, but you click game capture. So instead of that one, you click that one. And this is what OBS is here. This is what this is here. OBS has its own game capture options. At the moment, it's just set to capture my desktop because there is no game running. This is actually capturing, just capturing Windows, my full monitor capture here. And if I had a game running, I could switch this from capturing my desktop to capturing that application. One of the problems I found that some things that have a launcher, like League of Legends has you can queue up and you can talk to friends, and you can join, I guess, a queue with friends, or you can, I know you can solo queue, but you can matchmake and you can play with friends and set up a lobby and then go join a game when it'll match you with other people to play a game. But that's done within a launcher. And then once that's done and you switch to a full game with League of Legends, you then have to manually set game capture to capture that new window. It doesn't automatically refresh and change. And I've noticed that with a few streams, and especially one I've been trying to help that person, chatting to them and whatnot. She's relatively new to streaming, and she's using OBS and game capture because it's free. It's all built into OBS. It's one of the big benefits. It's one of the big pluses when it in regards streaming is OBS is free and the game capture is built into it. It works. It does work, but it takes a bit of fiddling, and some people don't mind that. And it's free. And I want to say that again, it's free. So if I click preview, I'm going to click OK on this. So this is already capturing my monitor here. If I click OK and I click preview, we're going to see my desktop. Now, if I'm running a game, or I'm running whatever it may be, if I say click on Uplay or Steam and then launch a game, I'm going to have to manually set OBS game capture to capture that window or that entire application. And that could be a pain, and it interrupts your game, and if you want to get straight into playing live, playing a game, then you've got to fiddle. And that can also interrupt your stream a little. So it's kind of a pain, and if you forget to do it and you're playing because you're seeing it on your screen, your viewers aren't watching it in your stream. But that is just one of those things. That's just something that happens. And when something big takes over your entire screen, an application, OBS game capture doesn't like it, and sometimes just spits out a blank screen. And you just got to remember to change it. And I've seen that a few times where people have forgot to change it, and they're just using OBS game capture. And that is it. Your third option, and this varies dependent on money, is using a capture card. Now I'm using an AVerMedia Live Gamer HD, which retails for about £120, I think. I haven't looked at the most updated prices, to be quite honest. I'll put a link in the description to a listing from Amazon or something, just to show you this is where you can get it from, and this is a price, and this is pretty much what I paid for it. Now, this is a PCI Express capture card, so you have a spare PCI Express lane inside your PC, and essentially if you're uncomfortable with fitting additional components into your computer, then essentially this capture card isn't for you. There are some others that are completely external, that take external power, that do not need to be fitted internally inside your case. Not really how to play with those. It's not something I really have any great deal of information about. But there are some out there that work really well and work like the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD does, except they are standalone boxes and you don't need to fit them inside your computer. Most of those are designed for consoles and then passing through back into your system via USB. There's some latency and it can be a bit slower. The gameplay, it's not best to, I guess, the pass-through to a TV via console, as an example, probably the latency isn't too bad. It should be pretty good. You should be able to play it. And with the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD, I am not using the pass-through whatsoever. The monitor that I game on is an LG IPS 231, I think it is. It's an oldish monitor. It's a 23-inch 1080p screen that happens to be DVI rather than HDMI, so I'm not using the pass-through whatsoever. So all I've done is I fitted it inside my system. I've then looped a HDMI cable out of my graphics card into the Live Gamer HD, and what I've then essentially done is told Windows to clone my desktop on the AVerMedia Live Gamer HD. So it's cloning screen 1 instead of extending to what Windows would see as an extra display. I'm not using the pass-through whatsoever, and then all of the data is then being transferred from the capture card back into my system via the PCI Express. Really low latency, really good quality, etc, etc. And once you've got all your drivers installed, you click and you add it here as a device. You can then pretty much set it all up from here, so you can set your resolution, and it has a whole bunch of resolutions that it supports, right down to 160 by 120 unviewable, right the way up to 1920 1080. So basically it runs at the resolution of your monitor, so I'm assuming you might be able to capture at 1440p, but that's probably unlikely. And a bit extreme for streaming with. You've got no need to stream at 1440p. It's just not feasible to do so. So obviously this is capped out at 30 FPS. You can have it variable, but it's capped out at 30 FPS, and you can change a lot of your settings all here. And that is it, pretty much it. You know, you don't need to do any more. That's it. I click preview now, and this will be capturing my desktop. And then when I launch a game, the game is on screen, and the capture card is already duplicating my desktop into my stream. And I use a secondary monitor, and I drag everything out the way, so OBS is sitting out the corner. Chatty, for my overlay of chat into my stream, sits out of the way. I can see the chat as it's live, and other things are all on a separate monitor, so I'm just gaming on a free empty screen, and I don't have to alt-tab between things to see stuff. That is my setup. That is how I work things. So yeah, in conclusion, I'm gonna just sum up the three options you've got. You've got DX3, which I'll pull a link directly to their website, DX3's website, where you can purchase it from. Works at about 30 to 40 pounds. I can't remember how much I paid for it. OBS game capture is free. It is completely free. It does have some downfalls, and the video quality isn't the best. And AverMedia Live Gamer HD is over £100 on Amazon. I know I paid about 120 quid. Is probably by far one of the best options, because it just does. It captures and clones your desktop all the time. There's no additional hotkeys. It's just launch OBS, press your hotkey to start the stream, and you're good to go. Or click start stream, and you're pretty much good to go. They all work really well. They all have their own downfalls. DX3 takes CPU processing to render that video and send it to OBS. OBS game capture, same again. It makes your CPU run harder, because it's got to capture and render that video to stream it to, within OBS, to then stream to Twitch or to Hitbox or to whichever streaming site you're happy to be using. And the AverMedia Live Gamer HD actually does all the video rendering of your game already for you. It's already done on board. It has its own video encoder, and then your CPU only then has to re-encode the video once to then stream it out to the internet, to whichever site you happen to be using. So they all have their positives. The biggest downfall with the AverMedia Live Gamer HD is its price. And if you're going to be streaming a lot, then it becomes cost effective to purchase one. If you're not, and you're only a casual streamer, then maybe not so. It depends on how much just money you're willing to spend on hardware and software and everything else. And that is pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, as ever, thanks for watching. If you're new to the channel and you like this video, hit the like button and don't forget to hit subscribe, because I'll keep making more videos like this and gameplay videos and other things. And if you got any more comments or suggestions or questions, don't forget to drop them in the comments below. I try to get to them when I can, and I'll reply in kind, or not reply, depending on what people say about this video. So yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.